What's going on, first grade? Mr. Hunter here with your history lesson for today. We're going to jump right in, pages 13 and 16. We're doing a review of some of the things that we've gone over for the entire year. So I hope you're ready. Before we jump in, we're just reviewing some of the things that are here on the board. So we're going to talk about symbols. Yesterday we talked about, or the other day we talked about our symbols of the country, the flag, what they represent. Red stands for strength and courage. Blue stands for truth, and white stands for purity because it's pure. We talked about why we had the flag, how many states we first started with. We started with 13 states. Everybody say 13 states. But were they called states? No, they were called colonies. We hadn't become the United States of America yet, so they were just 13 colonies, all right? And now we have 50 states. So we've grown so much over the years. And what state do we live in? You guys should know this. California, California. Was Mr. Hunter born in a state? No, Mr. Hunter was born in the United States, but he was not born in a state. Washington, D.C. is not a state. It is the capital of the United States. So pretty cool fact there. We're going to review some things. You guys have heard of states. There are 4 corner states. Can you guys tell me what your corner states are? Well, Sam, Jeremiah, Dylan, Eliana, the corner states are at the map. When you look at the map, they're at the top and the bottom, the left, the right, the north, the south, the east, the west, all the corners of the United States. And if you look on our board, you may notice, what are our corner states? Everybody look to that one right there. Yep, that starts with a W. It's called Washington. Everybody say Washington. Not Washington, D.C., Washington, the state. So Washington is on the West Coast. Excuse me, the West Coast, right here. Then you have California. That's where we live. So California is a long state, but it's also a corner state. So California and Washington are on the West Coast. Florida is in the South, but it's a corner state. It's at the bottom of the map, on the right side of the map, on the East Coast. And then at the top of the East Coast on the map, it's Maine. So our 4 corner states, everybody hold a 4. Our 4 corner states are Florida, Maine, California, and Washington. Now, you guys can do something for a little bonus, a little extra credit. If you write down which of these states, or all the states, if you write those states down and put them in alphabetical order, Florida, Maine, California, Washington, which comes first, which comes last? Put that on a piece of paper, turn it in, and I'll give you some extra credit for that. All right, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a few other things as well in our history lesson today, starting on page 13. All we're going to need to do is have your piece of a pencil, all right? Have your thinking caps, okay? So a little bit of review. If we are talking about the corner states, we are surrounded in the United States by water, okay? What is a large body of water called? All right, and I know I have a little bit of an accent there. So what is a large body of water called? In Philadelphia, where my family's from, where they say, instead of saying water, they say water. So where is the water? What is the largest body of water called? All right, do you guys know? All right, I'm going to write it in blue. A large body of water is called a ocean. It's called an ocean. All right. Now, here's another question for you guys. What is the largest ocean? The largest ocean, I'll give you a hint. California is right next to it. It starts with a P. The Pacific Ocean. All right. That is the largest ocean. And then guess what? We're on the West Coast. So we have the Pacific Ocean. But what ocean is on the East Coast? What is that ocean called? So Pacific, we have the Pacific, we have the Indian Ocean, we have the Arctic Ocean, and then we have it sounds like Atlanta, but it's not. It's the Atlantic Ocean. So the Atlantic. So you guys got to make sure you know your oceans. The Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean we have. And if you're talking to somebody and they ask you, what's a large body of water called? They say, what's a large body of water? You're going to tell them it's called an ocean. A large body of water is called an ocean. All right, guys, let's start on page number 13. Our vocabulary word for the day, signed. Everybody say signed. And then we say represents. That means to stand for. Represents. What does the flag represent? What does it stand for? That's what represents mean. All right, so let's start reading now. The Great Seal of the United States. The Great Seal is another symbol of our country. The front of the seal is used to stamp important laws of the United States that are signed by the president. We can see both sides of the Great Seal on the back of a $1 bill. So if you hold up a $1 bill, you'll be able to see the seal. So ask your parents, can you look at that right now if you'd like to? All right. The Great Seal represents the power of the United States government. The United States has a lot of power. If you don't have a $1 bill, it's okay. It shows it in your book right there. You look at that seal, it represents power of the United States. Everybody say power. The United States has power. Okay, here are some additional stats I'm going to tell you guys about, all right? Now, a real $1 bill has a seal on the back of it, okay? There's 13 stars of field of blue on the seal. So just like on the actual seal that you see in the picture there, there's 13 stars. Why? Why 13? Because of the first 13 colonies. Everybody get it? Okay, the stars represent the 13 colonies, and there's a gold ring around the stars. Guess what that represents? It represents God's protection. Everybody say God's protection. Do we need God's protection? Yes, we do. Now, is it just us, or does the world need God's protection? The world, and the United States is in the world. So that's why we have that gold ring around the stars. It represents God's protection. Now, the eagle, it reminds us of strength and the courage of our country. So eagles are strong. They remind you of strength and courage. So that's pretty awesome. And then there's a United States motto. It's E pluribus unum. It means out of many, one. Everybody say out of many, one. What does that mean? Well, guess what? We have one nation under God, right? One nation under God, but there's one nation and there's so many states. So all of the states make up one nation. Isn't that amazing? So all the United States, Arkansas, Maine, California, Washington, all these different states make one country. So out of many equals one. I think that's amazing. All right. Now, what is the seal used for? How is it used? If you don't know, the front of the seal is used to stamp important laws by who? The president. Okay, just want to make sure you guys are paying attention there. Where can you see the seal? Where can you see the seal? If you're looking at a piece of money, like a dollar bill, where can you see it? On the back of a $1 bill. $1 bill, all right? And then what is an important motto? All right, not model, motto. Everybody say motto. There's a difference, motto and motto. So the motto for the country is out of many, one. Everybody repeat that with me. Out of many, one. And that means there's 50 states, one nation. All right, you guys got it. All right, let's turn the page. Let's turn the page. All right, guys, we're going to talk about the bald eagle. Everybody say the bald eagle. All right, there's a definition, a vocabulary word at the top. It says ways. I'm going to start reading now. Did you see the eagle on the Great Seal? You guys saw that, right? The bald eagle is another symbol of the United States. The eagle is known for its strength and its courage. A bald eagle weighs about 8 pounds and is about 40 inches long. When it flies, its wing spreads can be wide as 8 feet. Wow, that is much wider than a man is tall. So if a bald eagle stretches its arms, its wings all the way out, the bald eagle would be taller than me. The bald eagle would almost be as tall as the basketball hoop at our school. That's pretty crazy. Now, what is a bald eagle known for? It's known for strength and courage, just like the color red in our flag. All right, how long is a bald eagle? How long is it? It's about what? Did you guys listen? I'm making sure. All right, it's about 40 inches long. So 40 inches long. And then how many pounds? How many pounds? 8 pounds. All right, you're listening. You're listening. Good job, Dylan. Good job, Jeremiah. Eliana, I see you smiling. Good job, Sam. I was glad to have you in class yesterday, Sam. So great job. All right, let's look over at the Liberty Bell. All right, Liberty Bell on page 15. Our vocabulary words are proclaim. Everybody say proclaim. And that's something I want to tell you guys. Make sure you guys are paying attention to me right now. All right, Dylan, Jeremiah, Eliana, Sam. When you are looking, you have to read the vocabulary word. But I don't just want you to look at it and say, okay, I know what it is. I want you to say it out loud so you can get used to speaking the vocabulary words, and you guys can add more vocabulary to your thoughts, okay? To your knowledge. All right, so the first one is proclaim. The one underneath of it says bronze. Bronze means a yellowish brown metal. So if you've ever heard of the Olympics or you've seen a race, sometimes they give out medals for people that come in first, second, or third. If you come in first, what do you usually get? A gold medal. If you come in second, what do you usually get? A silver medal. And if you come in third, you usually get a bronze medal. Now you may say, Mr. Hunter, I don't want a bronze medal. Guess what? At the Olympics, only the best of the best get to go to the Olympics. So if you make the Olympics, that's already amazing. But then if you get a medal, how many people race? There's thousands of people that race. There's thousands of people that compete. And usually only 3 people per race, per whatever sport it is, get a medal. So if you get a medal, even if it's a bronze, it does not matter. You should be happy, should be proud of yourself, all right? So a bronze medal, bronze means a yellowish brown medal. And then the word underneath of it, inhabitants. And then the last one, throughout, all right? Inhabitants means people, and throughout is all throughout, all right? We'll explain a little bit later. All right, let's go. The Liberty Bell. The Liberty Bell is an old bronze, that's our word, bell that is very dear to our country. It is older than our entire nation. It no longer rings because of a long crack that reaches from the bottom of the bell almost to the top. The Liberty Bell has a Bible verse written on it in the bronze. Here's a vocabulary word, all right? Proclaim liberty. Throughout. What do you think throughout means? Everywhere, everywhere. Throughout all the lands until all the inhabitants thereof. So what they're really saying is proclaim liberty, talk about liberty, give liberty everywhere, all throughout the land for all the people thereof. And that's actually from the Bible verse of Leviticus 25:10. Wait, Mr. Hunter, that has a scripture from the Bible in the Liberty Bell? Yeah, it does. Pretty amazing, right? God is everywhere. All right, and at the very end it says, and this is just what the bell did. The bell proclaimed liberty. Every time that a person heard the Liberty Bell ring, he was reminded of the freedoms that he has as an American. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you some pretty cool facts. I want you to listen very carefully, all right? The Liberty Bell, where is it located? It is located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That's where all of my family lives. My parents living there right now, my brother, my grandmother, my cousins. So Philadelphia. Has Mr. Hunter seen the Liberty Bell? I've been by it a few times, but I haven't got out my car because usually there are a lot of tourists over there. So when I'm in Philly, Philly is a nickname for Philadelphia. When I'm in Philly, I'm usually away from where all the tourists are, and I just hang out at my family's house and stay away because it's too busy, all right? Now, the crack, everybody knows there's a crack in the Liberty Bell. The crack is 2.5 feet long and 1/2 inch wide. So 2.5 feet long, that's a big crack. That's why it can't ring anymore. And then lastly, the bell. Do you think you can pick it up? No. Can Mr. Hunter pick it up? Well, Mr. Hunter's pretty strong. But no, the bell was over 2,000 pounds. Now, the bell, why did it ring? It rang for a lot of reasons. Actually, a lot of special occasions. So if there was something going on with the government, something happening special in the city of Philadelphia, the bell would ring. But now it doesn't ring anymore. All right? What happened? How did it crack, you may ask? How did the bell crack? Everybody say, Mr. Hunter, how did the bell crack? Okay, I'm glad you asked. Well, the bell cracked during a birthday party for George Washington. It cracked in 1846. So I bet you they were having a lot of fun at that party because they cracked the bell. Dylan, do you think they were playing with a ball in the house and they hit the bell and broke it? Sam, what do you think they did? Did they do something? Did they throw it at it? Whatever they did, Jeremiah, Eliana, the bell cracked and it has not worked ever since. All right? It no longer rings. So how old is the Liberty Bell? It's older than the United States. So if I were to ask you that, if I say, how old is the Liberty Bell? You're going to say it's older than the United States, just like that. And then there's a Bible verse written on the Liberty Bell. And you don't have to memorize it, but just know that it comes from the Bible, the book of the Bible, Leviticus. Everybody say Leviticus. Leviticus, great job, great job. All right. Oh, I didn't tell you. What does the Liberty Bell stand for? It stands for freedom. All right, stands for freedom. So you guys are great. And where is the Liberty Bell located at? Jeremiah, I could hear you right now. Philadelphia. Great city, wonderful place. All right, we're almost done. Let's turn the page. Very end. Uncle Sam. Everybody say Uncle Sam. All right, Uncle Sam is a symbol. We talked about symbols, right? Symbols represent something. Symbol of our American government. He is always a hardworking person. Does he sit with good posture? Yeah, Uncle Sam sits with good posture. He's a hardworking person for the good of America. We always see him with a top hat that has stars on the headband. He wears a blue vest with stars all on it, and striped pants. And he probably sits like this, and he says, God bless America. God bless America, Sam. God bless you, Sam. God bless you, Jeremiah. God bless you, Dylan. Dylan, pay attention. How you doing, Dylan? You smiling? You like this video? You like when I talk to you like that? Well, I can't forget about my friend Eliana. I know she's smiling right now. Hey, don't cover your face. This is Uncle Sam speaking, and I'm saying hello. That's Uncle Sam. I don't know if he talks like that, but that's just what I did for you guys. But Uncle Sam is an actual symbol of America. So if you ever hear somebody say America, old Uncle Sam, they're talking about the American government. Uncle Sam's coming to get me. Sometimes people say that, and it's not a good thing, but your parents can tell you more about that down the road. But this is your history lesson today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget about those corner states. If you put them in alphabetical order, you got some bonus points coming your way. See you tomorrow.